I'll go stuff some rags in.
Is that water?
That's water. There's water right here too. Uh-oh.
All right, good morning. Today we're working on Colin's truck and we're getting steering, brakes, seats, stuff like that mounted.
Woo! Exciting stuff. Woo! Zach, aren't you excited? Show you're excited.
Woo!
That was pretty good.
I'm excited.
All right, show us what you're gonna do, Colin.
Okay, so I'm put on the task of putting in the seats today. I built this brace. We took all the structural strength out of this by cutting this tunnel and taking some stuff out. So I built this. We're gonna be welding this into the floor to make it more sturdy. We're also gonna be mounting the seats off of this. So I'm gonna weld this in. I'm gonna put another one in the back and I can put seats in there. It's gonna be really nice.
What are you gonna be working on?
Okay, so I'm gonna be back here working on getting this bed a little bit closer to being tied down. But I'm gonna throw another brace in here and then we're gonna work on getting a little bit of stuff put in to bolt it down.
And while those guys are doing that, I'm gonna be figuring out the steering and brakes. We'll probably get the steering more situated when Colin's ready to mount the seats so we know where the seats actually go. But for the brakes, using the old Hydro Boost setup from the Suburban, that's considered an upgrade. It's going from no powered brakes to Hydro Boost. So it goes right there somewhere. That's the brake pedal.
We got some fun stuff happening today.
Right, let's get to it. All right, right here with this Hydro Boost setup, this gets hooked to the brake pedal, and as you press that in, then hydraulic pressure boosts it and like helps assist to push the master cylinder here. So that just bolts on to the end on these studs here. So we got to get this mounted, and then that will be super easy to just attach. Now comes the issue of trying to fit that right here. And to get started, we're going to get rid of this clutch pedal because we no longer need it. This is the brake.
So right now I am grinding off the paint in here so I can weld it out or tack to it. So before I put this brace in, I forgot to show you, when you came in here and pushed on the floor, it all would sag down if there was any weight on it. And now we just put this brace in and it is solid. It is exactly what we wanted. I have it tacked in. I'm gonna weld it in now and then move on to the back brace and then we can start figuring the seats out. Okay, so that is done. That's welded in. I've got to do the back rail now, but just that alone stiffened that up so much. Like, no bowing in the floor anymore. It's perfect.
All right, so I had to grind that hole out a little bigger. It looks horrible, but at least now this fits in there. So,
Oh, that's heavy. Oh.
perfect. Now that sits in there like that. We'll bolt it up. Then we can take the actual master cylinder here and just slide it on. Perfect. That's how it's gonna ride. What happened to you?
I got burnt.
You burned your hand?
I burnt my hand again.
All right. How are things going over here?
Awesome. So I got these back braces cut out. I'm gonna weld them in and then I can start fitting seats.
Sweet.
These are the seats I'm gonna be running
For now.
for now. They're a little gross because we haven't done this for a while. I'm gonna clean them up though. We'll get a rag and detail them.
Okay. I think we're gonna head to lunch though, and we gotta pick up some nuts and bolts to continue.
Okay, let's go to lunch. We'll see you back in a minute.
Watching this video right now, it means you're using the internet. And the internet, it can be a scary place. So let me ask you this. Do you know how safe your information is when you're on the internet? How about when you're traveling and you hook to some sketchy Wi-Fi? And even though those Wi-Fi connections aren't inherently bad, it's an easy access for hackers to get a hold of your information and sell it or use it against you negatively. You don't want that. And it's all just because you wanted to watch some cat videos. And for the next subject, we gotta run to the store because somebody ate all my cookies and I need cookies. Alright, I got my cookies. And just about every website you open up these days asks if you want cookies. And do you know what those are? Neither do I. With Surfshark VPN, you can block these pop-ups and not have to worry about what you're agreeing to. I don't really know what happened on the way back from the gas station, but I can tell you, Surfshark VPN will help you get the respect and privacy that you deserve while cruising on the internet. When you go on their website, you can see that there's a couple different packages to choose on, such as Surfshark One, which will alert you if your information has been leaked to the internet. Secure your privacy online with Surfshark, and you can use the coupon code Rudy's Adventure for 4 months extra at this link right here. If you don't like it, there's no risk because Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you don't have to worry. Back to the video.
Back from lunch, and we've been messing around a little bit.
What's up? How's it going, officer?
We've been messing with how high we want the seat, and I think we have it where we want it. I'm gonna sit in it, see how I like it, and then we're gonna start building tabs for it.
Sitting on wooden blocks right now.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they mounted, so I redid it. We're gonna weld these tabs right here, and then these tabs are gonna get welded to the cab. So we'll be able to basically just slide them in. Bring it in here. Oh. Right there, just like that. As long as they're on, I mean, we can tack them. So if you want to...
Well, I was just talking about like seating. Yeah, seating. Oh yeah. That feels nice right there.
Wow, look at those brackets. Nice and easy to work with. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that.
Okay, that feels right there.
Okay.
So now we just gotta build back brackets. And we're done. So we got the front tacked in. Right now we're trying to figure out how to do the rear end, and then we can do that to both sides, weld it in, whatever, and then seats will be installed.
So.
You guys are putting race seats in it?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Wow.
We need to upgrade them though. These ones aren't gonna cut it. We'll get some real race seats. These are some knockoffs. They're not worth anything.
Amazon special, baby.
Okay. That's it. She's in.
Woo! Let's go. All right. Let's test this bad boy out. Well, it's a race seat, all right. Oh, yeah. That's nice. And it's centered.
It kind of looks cramped a little bit.
It feels really good, actually. The seats are in. Look at
And the
this.
steering wheel.
Aren't they nice? They look good, huh? Anyways, we'll be here tomorrow. Beep, beep.
Good morning. We are back on Kaulins' truck, and with the seats in, the brakes in, the steering in, it's now time to get this motor sorted out. This electric motor, for those of you that it bothers that I call it that, but I'm just gonna address it right now. You've got General Motors, you've got a motorboat, a motorcycle, and none of those are electric. Weird.
I'm with him on this. This is a motor or an engine, either or.
Yeah, technically the definition of a motor is something that generates rotational force anyway.
You bring up a good point. So we're gonna be working on the motor. We're gonna be resealing it. I jumped the gun a little bit and started pulling this apart. Oh, is there one thing connected?
It's right here.
Oh, yep.
There's always something.
Intake's off. We can set this off to the side and clean it up. Ugh.
Don't drop anything down in there.
I'm gonna go
put some rags in there.
I'll go stuff some rags in.
Is that water?
That's water. There's water right here too. Uh-oh.
We'll just throw some oil in there, vacuum it out.
But with the valves that are open, there's water in the cylinder. Cause this one and this one, oh no. Oh no!
There's water in the motor. And that is a dead Black Widow.
Do you know what that means?
Rusty cylinder walls.
Yeah, that's not good. Water's not supposed to be in this.
Somebody want to sponsor a motor? We'll get this running. We'll get this running.
Oh no, that is bad news. That is bad news. Higgins, do you know what's going on here?
Look, it's horrible.
Not the dogs, but the motor. So right now what we're doing is we're just cleaning up the motor. I'm taking off the exhaust right now. We're gonna pull out the spark plugs and try and turn it over, see if we can get some water out. And then I think, are we gonna pull off the heads?
We'll see, we're gonna look.
Okay, so once we get to that point, we'll figure it out.
We were talking about how much of a disaster this is, and as soon as we mentioned that, look who showed up.
Yeah, I wanted to come see this disaster.
Disaster. Does disaster and Matt go hand in hand?
Yes, there's a disaster. I want to be a part of it.
It's loosening up.
So we pulled off the top end, the intake and stuff, pulled the exhaust manifolds off, so we can spray some WD-40 in there and other oil penetrants.
You can see how far I've moved it. Not that far, but we're making some progress.
Good thing we were planning on this blowing up soon.
Yeah. You can build another motor while this one's running. It'll be fine. I've seen them freed up from way worse than this.
There we go.
I ain't moving it.
Is it shooting out?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing that it's shooting out. It's a bad thing that there's water in it.
It's gonna make a mess.
So we got Rudy on the wrench and he cranked on it and it popped free. So now it is completely free, no longer seized. I think, yeah, we're gonna be putting a jump box on it, turning it over and see if we can get more stuff out of it.
I don't know where that would work.
Oh yeah, that's long.
That ATF is not looking like ATF.
Looks like rust.
Yeah, you got some work to do.
Motor's gonna be good, it's saved! So we went to lunch with our dad and now we're back. So just barely, I covered up the intake with tape so we don't get anything in there. And then I sprayed the grease with this purple power.
Colin is getting this valve cover pulled off of the driver's side, and I already have the one pulled off the passenger side. And look how clean it actually looks in there. I was expecting a little bit more buildup in there, just carbon and stuff, but it looks good. Looks like it's gonna take a turbo.
Here we go. Nice, now I can go clean these, like deep clean them. We can start putting it back together now. Rudy's got this one ready to go on, and this one is already on.
Yep. Gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
So valve covers are back on. We have cleaned everything up, sealed it. The cam positioning sensors are not in right now because they broke. So Rudy's gonna go pick up some of those. So this one is not sealed up yet, but close. So while Rudy's been gone, I have been cleaning up this. And I have cleaned up the whole intake. Clean up the inside, clean up the outside, blew some air through it, got everything out of it. It's ready to roll. So I'm gonna start welding. I'm gonna weld in the seat brackets fully and some stuff on the back suspension. We're gonna be switching out this rear axle to a Dana 44 because we're just too wide. And that's just it. It's just not gonna, it could work, but it's gonna be a lot of cutting and all that stuff. So we're picking up a Dana 44 out of an Isuzu. We're gonna put it underneath this, so I cannot weld anything to the axle. But everything else is good to go. Woo! Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. These aren't going anywhere. Very nice. side and then I can show you guys. Gonna be a whole lot of this for a while, so I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so I finished with cleaning up the brakes. So they're still a little greasy, but way better than what they were. Got some welding done. I got the brake booster all cleaned up. So I'm gonna call it a night. It is currently 8:30 at night. So I'm gonna go home, get some dinner, and enjoy the rest of my Saturday evening. So we'll see you guys later. Both seats are in and the steering wheel is in. I think that was a great success.
Brakes too.
Brakes too.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the brakes. I pretty much drilled holes in the firewall and then I bolted it up, and that was it. There was nothing to worry about. Like, I literally just bolted the pedal right to where it goes. It was a piece of cake.